Hello, friends. It's Selene here. I keep trying this setup, and this is hysterical. Sorry about my little cord issue. There we go. That's funny. If you're here, let me just say happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, let me say happy Thanksgiving. That's ridiculous. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You know why I say Thanksgiving? Because it is my 20th anniversary with Stampin' Up, and I'm a little over the top excited. I can't believe I've been doing this for 20 years. Now, I'm supposed to say my results aren't typical, blah, 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 and they're not. From the very beginning, nothing about my business is typical. I think I'm really blessed to be able to do what I do for work, and I am grateful that you're here along for the journey. So if you're here, please let me know that you're watching so that I'm not never I'm talking to myself because my husband is away. He is working. He started a new position, and he is not home, which is very different. I'm used to doing this all by myself, but he's right there. So earlier I killed a bug. I was very proud of myself. The paper towel actually split open and broke, and I did scream a little bit, but I did dispatch the bug. So onward to better things, right? Too funny. All right. So I want to talk all things on stage today. Cheryl, hey, Cheryl, my travel buddy, and I flew to LAX, and we were scooped up by our friend Trish, who brought us to the hotel and saved us $150 in Uber fees. Can you imagine? And Robin Boyer was with us on that ride. So shout out to all of those girls. And that was the start of one fabulous week. So let me just show you. When I got there, we got our event bags, and then I got like this ribbon with all of my accolades for the year. And honestly, they want to celebrate you, so I'm grateful for that. But I'm here to celebrate you guys because you're the reason that I'm here for 20 years. Let's put this to the side for a second. This is the little something I made for about 100 of my closest friends and then people I didn't know. And I signed the back just because when you travel, it's dry. We had lotion and lip balm for anybody that came in contact with me for the first day until I was able to give them all out, which was my goal. Let me show you the event bag. So this event bag is pretty fabulous. It's pretty big. Hang on. Let's see if we'll go this way. It's huge, isn't it? Oh, so inside mine are some chopsticks from P.F. Chang's. Let's put those over there. Inside mine is another bag that I got for being Silver Elite or above. So anybody who was Silver Elite got to go to a special breakfast, and they gave us this matching little makeup bag, or you could put electronics in it to keep it separate. Don't eat the silica gel. So then inside this bag, there's a ton of pockets, right? So I get one pocket. Here comes the heat. Another pocket in here. And then when it's full of things, you can zip the top, in theory. And then you have two more pockets in the lining of the bag. So here's one. Oh, I know, I'm on a camera here. Let's go that way. So here's one, and then flip it over, and there's a second pocket. So when you think your bag is full, it's not really full, or you can secure everything inside and then have a couple more zippers. So then it also has a zipper pouch on the front, right? So I put Tylenol in it. A little package is a dissolvable Tylenol. And then my friend said, hey, we can use the zipper bag to put it on our suitcases. So I unzipped the bottom and the Tylenol fell out. But it's one of those that you can use it over your bag, which I thought was pretty cool. And then this side pocket, you could put a drink in, but I used it kind of as a phone holder because it's deep enough that my phone wasn't falling out. But guess what's in there? Oh, Crystal Light. So, so note to self next time, if I want to use that, instead of a pocket. I shouldn't put anything in it. Too funny. So those are the 2 bags. And that's just the beginning. So people were asking if the value of going to Onstage was worth it. And actually, they asked in a survey at the end, "Hey, MJ." And all I can say is, yes, it was worth every penny. We didn't have a huge pre-order. We were only allowed like a few items. There was a suite and a bundle, and I think that was it. I mean, I just ordered everything and didn't worry about it. It should be here tomorrow. Um, truth. But that's why I have a demo ID, because I can get what I want when I want it, right? So let's bring this bad boy in and show you the 2028 in colors. The first day when my group that I was there with went to stamp these, I went to bed. Yep, I was exhausted. So I went to sleep, and my friend Trisha stamped this for me afterwards. So let's go in and take a quick look at these. We have Barely Blush. And a lot of people were like, I don't know if I like this color. You know, it gets washed out on camera. And what do you know? Here I am, washed out on camera. At Onstage, they put this together with gold. And can I just tell you, it is the most beautiful wedding, pretty girl pink that I've ever seen. I love it. And when you marry that up with the new sparkle brushes that won't be available for pre-order, so I've heard, I can't even. I'm just so happy. So all 5 of these colors are going to come in a new sparkle brush, which I'm so excited about, because you guys know me. What do I love? I love Wink Estella. So this is like Wink Estella with in colors inside, and they're paint brushes. They're so cool. So Chris Cantaloupe is making a comeback, and I could go dig out my old crisp Cantaloupe ink pad, but it is the older style pad. And we are getting brand new ink pads, and I was saying, oh, we're going back to that other material. But what I realized is it's not that material at all. It is a new material that we haven't used before, because when we were inking up with it, it was accepting the ink beautifully on the photopolymer. That was an issue for me before, and I'm loving the new ink pads. They will be here. Hey, Dobberdo. I love seeing all my buddies here. Maggie, it was so good to see you at Onstage. So we got to stamp with a few of the in color ink pads, and I have to say they're not squishy like the Firm Foam, but they do have more give than the old style felt pads, if that makes sense. The new material is different, and I think you're going to love it. Golden Glow. Again, when on camera, I was like, that looks an awful lot like Puce, which was an old in color. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember what it's called, because it was like this yellowish green. This is not. This is like gold, like bumblebee, beautiful. I can see myself using this a lot around the holidays. And again, think sparkle and think gold with it. Super pretty. Hey, Vonnie. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dobberdo. Jill. Okay, so Hydrangea Hue. This is going to be the color of the year. Oh my gosh. Everything Hydrangea Hue is stunning. From the new designer series papers, to the sparkle brushes, to, my head is spinning. I'm just so happy. Peaceful Pine. Unlike any other green I think we've ever had, would be an awesome duo with some of the in colors in the past that were darker, but it's a beautiful green, and we got to work with it a little bit during the after hours. So we did get a catalog, but it was delayed until the end of the week, which I liked. Yeah, Wild Wheat, that was it. And we used to say it like wheat, it was like a commercial, but we used to say wild wheat because it's Puce. Yes. Yuck. Anyway, this is not Puce. I actually like this one. At least you know you'll always get my honest opinion about things. Anyway, I'm not allowed to show you the inside of the cover, but demonstrators were able to download a copy of this yesterday, and they'll be able to order from it with me next week. So, although we didn't get a lot of product that we could pre-order as at convention, what I was saying, our convention, Old Habits Die Hard. By the way, I had to have my special mug. My friend, she was an assistant for many years, and longtime customer Diane Giarusso bought me this mug for my anniversary and for a retreat one year. So I bring it out on St. Patrick's Day every year. Anyway, cheers, Diane. Oh, so very lucky is the inscription on the inside of the glass, and yes, I am. Okay, so let's bring it over. And forgive me if I get any of this wrong. Onstage is intense. So, but I'm coming home with all of this product. I believe this is Sue Campfield's $1 Million set. I have to say, I love every saying in it. Sue Campfield is a good friend, and she is uber talented. Congratulations on your achievements. I am here for you. Cheers to you. I hope all wonderful things are headed your way. All things wonderful. Wow. That's a really good sentiment. This one's good for all kinds of things. Sending best wishes for health and healing for anybody that's going through stuff, and there are so many of our friends that are. To a marvelous person on their birthday. Wishing you a bright and beautiful future. Hello, graduation. Hello, new job for Brian. All of that, right? Here's to a new chapter. Same thing. Love it. Thanks so much for your friendship. So I have a lot of cards to make to send one to all of you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Yup, all that. And I truly appreciate all you do. Yes, I do. So I had a special going, and I have a couple of people that have taken advantage. And I have a giant package going out to one person who placed a bigger order. The bigger the order, the bigger the package, and all of the details for that went out in my email this morning. Or was it this morning? Like I said, everything's a blur after I travel. Hey, notice something different? Brian found the rings that have been missing since I lost a bunch of weight 7 years ago in the drawer where I left it, just in a bag. I looked 1,000 times. I pulled everything out of the bureau. He found them. So, yay, I got my rings from my husband back on my finger where they belong. Let's see. Oh, hers was similar, not this one. Okay. That's cool, though. This one might be my favorite, though. And I showed you my favorite first. This was in one of the make and take packets. This was the bundle that we got for after hours. And I'll show you. So this is part of the after hours dealio here. Let me see if I can, so you can see all of it. Okay. So it came in a package like this. I only made it through a couple of cards because they only gave you about an hour and a half, and you know, it is what it is. But they made this like guide, so it came like 12 by 12, and you would cut it down. So they told you, you know, there was a 1, 2, and 3, and they told you which line to cut on first, which some folks at my table totally missed, and I almost missed, but I was slower than them. So it pays to be slow. Moral of the story. Hey, Debbie, thanks for joining today. So the original card, the first card, was supposed to look like this. Let's go. Okay. And it was pretty. I'm with Cheryl when I say that I would have liked if they repeated the berry burst, and I haven't done that yet, but they gave us some bling that I can go back and maybe add some berry burst later. This bling was an all attendee giveaway at the end, and it is called Sunset Sparkle Sequins. I love the new packaging, and coming home, everything was so light to travel with, so that was really cool. So that was the first card that I made, and you can see that their designer paper went all the way to the edge, and I decided to cut it down a little bit and put the white border on there just because I like a place for my eye to rest. It's still a little bit busy for what I'm used to doing, but it's kind of cool that I can step out of my box when I'm at convention like that and stamp something that might be different to my style, right? And I am clean and simple. So this paper on the directions looks kind of blue, but when we got it, it's actually green. So this is the project. And I sort of went close. I took off one of the banners in the golden glow. But this is where we got to stamp with some of those ink pads and test them out. This is stamped in that Peaceful Pine, is it? And we colored it with the ink pad and blender pens. And then they did a bunch of die cutting for us. So you see all those gold elements? I still have loads of stuff in here to put together afterwards, but look at all the pieces they die cut for us. This almost looks like a class I sent, doesn't it? With everything sorted done for you. You did have to cut your own paper. The directions referred to cardstock, but I think what they meant was the pre-printed sheets that they did. There were 2, and it was meant to help you create all 4 cards. So this was the 3rd card, and I really like this one. Didn't get to it, but I can always go back, and like I said, I have my little thing of bits and bobs, so I'll be able to do this once I can get some of the in-color ink pads in my hot little hands. And this one I'll probably change completely because it's a little bit dark for me, but that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. We all have different tastes, right? One of the shapes that really sticks out at me, here, let me just put that over here. I was getting really tired, and it was after hours, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a moth, just to be silly. We were giggling a lot at my table. Putting Trish and I together in person, man, that's dangerous. So this shape is very intriguing. Like, it is so cool. I can't wait to like play with it. It's a die cut like I wouldn't expect. And then I like this banner. I can see that it fits the words really nice, and I love all of these sentiments. So you make the world a better place, sincere thanks, thankful for you, and you're an amazing friend. Boy, I have a lot of people I could send that to. And I can see designing with this. Maybe different to what they did at Onstage, but definitely glad I got it. So far, that's a bundle and a stamp set. And then just when you think that there's not anything else, we got another stamp set. How about this one? A family celebration. You know, the only thing I didn't like about this one is I would really like if they had Nana on there, because we refer to my mom as Nana. But I love the font. I love everything about it. Let's see. Let's see how big, because, you know, sometimes when you get them, oh yeah, so they're much larger than they appear on the front. So here's, let's see, brother, for example, and it is quite a bit larger than the actual words on the front here. So, let's see, is there anything on the table that I could give you a better look? Whoop. Let me throw all that on the floor. Yeah. Nope, that's that's a little better. So you can see how long they are. Here's a blends marker just as a point of reference. So daughter, grandpa, you get to see them all. But super pretty, and I can't wait to start working with these. My mom is doing a little bit better, and so when she was needing lots and lots of care, I stopped doing quarterly events for my team and for demonstrators. But now that she's doing a little bit better, I'm only down there once or twice a week. I'm thinking about adding in a new catalog launch, so might look a little different. I'm excited about it, so keep watch on your email. I will definitely include everyone. Oh, I just want to see under that flap. They do that a lot, you know. Is it all clear? Is there another color under there? I think it's all clear. But these are cool. They'd be good like water droplets. This came with the after hours package. So talk about values so far, right? Craziness. So for Prize Patrol, my friend Cheryl won gorgeous new sunset paper, and it's iridescent. And I should have snagged one of each off of her. She would have given me one, but she was so excited to win them. I couldn't do it. I couldn't ask her for one. You know what I mean? So I thought I had the paper of what this was supposed to look like. Whatever. This is what I did. There were blending brushes and mats on the table, and you could do any sentiment from the ephemera pack that they gave us. And this was the second make and take. And I did, by the time I woke up, I did do the second make and take on the second day I was awake. But these have a sticker on the back, and you can see there's a slice, and you can peel them off. And these aren't typical stickers. These are like cardstock quality stickers. So they would really hold up. They're not like your average sticker that would just kind of, you know what I mean? And we did the back too. So I did a little bit of the envelope. I love this new, don't have the words. Somebody will come up with it. Anyway, it's 12 by 12. And the outside is just slightly larger than 12 by 12. So you could do an entire scrapbook page. So think pebbles, water. Hey, Jolene, how you doing? So good to see you. Thanks for joining today. All right, so here's the other ephemera pieces in that pack. Okay, so I didn't open the next thing yet, but the very first prize patrol, I won 2 packs of brand new ephemera. They had them together. Do we want to open them? I'm sure we do. Of course. Scissors might be good. Talk amongst yourself. I'll go get a pair. I do have my tool case right here, just for the record, but no scissors. Oh. So one of my favorite things about retreat, or on stage as well, and retreat, is gifts, right? So this is what I gave my team. I was going to get them one with cowboy boots, pink cowboy boots, because there were only 3 of us. And it's because it was in Long Beach, I'm sure. It was expensive. But I was so happy to have my team there. Mask. Thank you, Judy. Hi, Judy. I was so happy to have my team there that I wanted them to really feel the love. So I found these online, and they are leak proof and spill proof. I can't tell you how many times I knocked my cup over and was so grateful that I wasn't telling people to please avoid my coffee. The keys to life. Yeah, so I filled this with snacks and some of the new emergency immune crystals. They're like pop rocks, and they actually taste good. I don't care for emergency otherwise. So we had these, and it's my new favorite cup. It's got like this little divot where you drink, and it's spill proof. And you can lock it and stick it in your bag and not worry about your cardstock. So that made me happy. Because I don't know, it's fun to get gifts, but I think what I've learned, especially from all the people who come to my retreats, is everybody wants to be part of the gifting action. So I asked my daughter what she thought of, like, you know, I've always done pillow gifts. Like, I want people to feel like they're on an incentive trip, basically. And at my retreats, people have been catching the bug, and everybody wants to give a gift. So by the time you leave the retreat center, you have more stuff. Oh, I just crumpled that up. Having the name might help. Meant for You Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. So here we go. Oh, that is entirely too far away here. Okay, so Meant for You. Look at this cute little bird. And the balloons, that'll make really good. Oh, and rings. Yes, I found mine. See, and I do. So I am a little chunkier than I was when I took them off because they needed to be resized. So they're not falling off my hands, but they are separating. So I still probably need to get them sized down a size. And hopefully I don't plump up anymore. You know, these things happen as we get older. All right, so graduation, you see birthday. I mean, you could even make Christmas cards with these. I like the banners. Hey, a bird that I like. I leaned into Cheryl and said, hey, this one's not creepy. Sometimes when they do bird sets, I get creeped out, but I like this one. It's funny. And then, that would be a good wedding one. And all kinds of celebrations. So that one, again, was the Meant for You Mix and Match ephemera pack that I am just opening now with you guys. And the product parade continues. I also got at that Prize Patrol, me and Maggie apparently, Under the Sun Mix and Match. I'm digging ephemera lately. I've been using it a lot in classes that I want to make it easy for people to stamp. And they don't necessarily need to buy a bundle. Sometimes I use them for like bingo at retreat. You know, if you have 40 people in the room, everybody stamping at the same time isn't the easiest thing. Okay, so these are also adhesive backed. Let's take a look. Oh, and did I fling that paper too? Yes, I did. Under the Sun, I did say it. Okay. So here's a watering can. Oh, these would be good for retreat in Maine. The sun umbrella, the Adirondack chair. I dig it. Oh, lemonade. We did a lemonade night at my last retreat, and I made fresh lemonade for everybody. Squeezed the lemons myself and let them pick if they wanted Splenda or real sugar. And people were like, I've never had a lemonade like that. I'm like, you've never been to the fair? Oh my gosh. So we had a lot of fun. This little VW bug van. Very pretty. Camera, flip-flops, taking it all in. This would be cute with the banner saying set. That bundle's back in stock with the punch. It was out for a bit. This is cute. That's like a sailor hat with a flag on top, like one of the paper ones. Always love a tag. Okay, so that's another thing I got at Onstage. And then this we also had a product experience station. So they gave us these flip-flops. Oh, and I guess I'm on the wrong side here because this would be the sticky side. So I'm going to take this out and flip it over so that, oh no, yep, so that the side that's sticky is in the back here. And so we went through stations and did different things. This one was blends, and we took a crisp cantaloupe blend, dark, light, and I took the light one and went right over it from the dark. So crisp cantaloupe blends. Yeah, I have a ring guard in the kitchen. I think but I'm gonna get them sized anyway, Leah. I'm just so afraid to lose them again. But reunited, man, I couldn't tell you how nice it was. I sent my husband a picture of my hand this morning. Anyway, we did polka dots for the color lifter. So you just touch your color lifter to the paper and it lifts up the color, and then I drew a line. I could have taken some time and gone over it to get a better lift because you have to kind of draw the line and see where it's going, and if you need to go again, go again. But I did the skinny side down the middle just once. I did these twice. I did that twice and then said, okay, time to move on, you know. Short attention span. But that's the blends with the color lifter and how you could, you know, if you were stamping polka dots, you could lift polka dots too. All right. So we have new gel pens coming. My daughter's going to be so excited. I think she has gel pens in every color. But go slow for best results. So I wrote the directions right on here because you have to slow down to get this to work. So I just kind of went, but I didn't go fast for this. I went slow. And here is, I played with the blue shimmer brush. I want to see if I can get you to see the shimmer. I don't know if you're going to get it on the camera today. It's kind of dingy in here. Although the sun is out, I'm pretty excited about that. I can see it on an angle there, but I don't know if you're catching it on the camera. Super sparkly. You can draw with it. You can write with it. You can color with it. Super cool. So these little flip flaps are adorable. I'll show you that in a second. Raw. So then we went old school. Watercolor pencils and blender pens. So you scribble back and forth, and of course you scribble darker in the beginning and then lighten your hand as you go and scribble back and forth. And then when you take it over with the blender pen, you get a completely different look. So this was just a reminder, for me anyway, for those of you that haven't used them in a while. It's cute to have these kind of all together. And then this was using a brayer. So, and the golden, sorry, I'm going to need to get used to these. Golden Glow in color ink pad. And you ink up the brayer. And I got this side really well. And I was going for that ombre kind of look. So the intention of this was to take these, and I didn't do it yet, and to stick them together like the old-fashioned baggy books we used to do. Whoop, 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 come on. And just lay them down on top of each other. And then I'll be able to do, all right. Did the sticky come off? That's a weird, the sticky came off. Maybe it's because of the travel time. That's all right. I'm going to do a topper anyway. Well, that's embarrassing, only when you're live. Here, let me burnish that a bit and see if I can get it to come off. Wow. Surprise, surprise. And of course, I do want the sticky on that side for this one. That was kind of embarrassing. Well, let's go like this. You know. All right, can I get it to come off this time? Yep. Ta-da. Yeah. I can't help it. I'm a clown. Thanks for dealing with me, and thanks for continuing to watch. Don't change the channel. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Much better. Yeah, thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. Okay, so, and then we got one more, and I'm going to burnish this one before I take it off. Wow, it must be, you know, it is cold in here, and I can tell you adhesive doesn't behave when it's cold, and neither do my fingers. All right. But imagine creating your own technique books like this, just using flip flaps. I thought it was a super great idea. And then I'll be able to put a topper on this. I just need to measure and cover it like that. So now I have this cute little easy to transport idea book. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, there is. Okay, so the second make and take on the second day was this card. They wanted us to, or no, this was the first day and I didn't do it. That was the day I took a nap. That's right. So I got home and last night I was playing with it. Let me see. Oh, they also gave us these things, and I haven't read up on them yet, but I'm guessing that these are one sheet wonders that they want us to complete later. I just haven't gotten there yet. So they gave us so much to do. I didn't finish, but that's okay. I'm home now. All right, so they gave us this, and last night I was playing and I did this. And what I did, oh, there was one more thing I forgot to show you. This fell out at me. So we have a new impressions pad. We used to have one, if you guys remember, with the old Big Shot, textured impressions or whatever. What you do is you take a piece of paper and you spray it with water, and then you cut it out with a die. And then you take away your sandwich and you have the main platform and then the one piece that sits on it. I think it's number 2 labeled. And then you lay your die face up that's been cut on that platform. And then you put your textured impressions folder and you run plate 4 on top. And when you roll it through, you get this ultra embossed thing. So you die cut first and then you roll it back through. That was pretty cool. I can't wait to show you that when I have them in my hands. So I missed telling you about that one. Like I said, there was a lot and we came home with a lot. Here, that was what the first one was supposed to look like. I just found the paper. But, you know, I had to change it because I'm me, right? All right, so I started with Balmy Blue, and you can see the difference between these two. What did I do different to this one that I didn't do on this one? Well, let me grab one of these because when you do color with blends, it comes through on the back side, which is normal. So on this one, I colored with the light balmy blue like I did on this one. And I filled in the whole area. And then I added accents with the dark balmy blue. So I started here. Maybe you can see it. And you just add color. Let me see, I'm all the way in. Okay. I just want to get you the closest possible look I can. So here I am adding my dark balmy blue to sections directly around my images to make them pop more. Okay, so da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And it's flying because I'm using the brush and it flies out and it does bleed when you use the brush end. So like I try not to get right to the line. And it's my 20th anniversary, so I thought it would be kind of fun to come back to my most favorite thing in the world. Now, if I were traveling to you and coming to your crafting retreat, and I had to fly on an airplane like I did to my team member Michelle's retreat, I might just bring coloring stuff. In fact, I did. I brought the classic markers to hers, a black ink pad, and coloring tools. That's all I brought. Winkostella. I brought like 2 or 3 of those. All right, so now you can see that there's a stark line. I'm just going to come in and show you. But before that section dries, I'm going to go back into the dark. Whoop. And again, this has 2 sides. I want the brush side, not the nib, the pointer tip. And I'm going to pull out all that color. So you go into the dark and pull it out into the light. That's where all the dark things belong anyway. Go right back through the dark into the light. And you kind of switch back and forth all the way around your image. And then if you want, you can even grab your color lifter. And of course I didn't. And I'll show you that in a second. Let's do this other flower to connect them first. And then I'll show you the lifter in the middle. So I'm going to do around this edge, which is like just the very edge of the paper. This is one of the new designer papers. They have one side that's all completely black and white, and the other side is gorgeous color. I have to say, I have a team member who joined this time last year only because she noticed all of the back orders and the things that are selling out, and she wanted to not miss out on getting what she wants up front. So pre-order starts next week. And if you're not a demonstrator and you're considering it, know that you'll be able to order pre-order. It's a big perk of being a demo. Next week. So message me if you're interested in something like that. Never any pressure here, but it's always good to know. So now I'm going to kind of blend them together because I've pulled the dark into the light on both sides, and now the whole thing's a little bit darker, right? But I want to finish blending this out so I don't end up with any lines, because right now There is definitely a line in the sand, right? But the two sections that I've done have blended together. So while I'm doing this, I have a question for you. Do you think I should keep this plain, or do you think we should color it? I haven't decided. Maybe you can help me. This is a true on the fly. If you think we should color this one, we can do that, but I'm gonna show you the color lifter first. So this is the lighter one. I added dark to here and here on the outside and then blended it out into the light. So now I can go back in and add highlights wherever I want there to be kind of a light shining in the middle. So I made the dark darker, and now I'm pulling up the light to see what we can do. It looks like that ink ran a little. That's interesting. I think that for Onstage, they actually printed these for us, so it doesn't behave the way that normal designer paper would, but that's okay. We're just playing here anyway. It's so we could have the experience, right? Now, the other thing you can do with the color lifter is there is a definite line in the sand over here. I can smooth out that line that way too. But now we've got some, you know, sheer dark to light. You guys can see the difference. Preoccupied? Whatever do you mean, my friend? Squirrel. That's all I can say. So you see the dark down here and the light up there. It's a really cool technique. So you guys let me know. I'm waiting for your answers if we should finish this card as is or keep going and add color. So while you do that, I'm going to add some more dark to this because I'm just waiting on you. It does take a good 30 seconds to a minute for your comments to come through. And I think there's a delay on the video because of Ecamm, which is something I upgraded to this year. Thank you, Robin. I went backwards on that. That's okay. I'm not paying attention. This is the dark one. I like the new setup though. So it's cool that I can reach YouTube and Facebook watchers at the same time, and that I can see your comments real time, because my YouTubers were getting a little neglected there. I couldn't see their comments until after. I like a live experience. It's way better. Nothing beats in person. It's how I started. It's where I get my joy. It also is tiring. So that's how I got so tired at Onstage. I had to go take a break and go to bed one day, but still totally worth it. And the amount of swag just blows my mind. I don't need a big pre-order. I could run a class with everything that I brought home. I just want some more designer paper and I'm off to the races here. I wish that we were able to bring ink pads home because I really loved them. And I was apprehensive when I saw the announcement that we were changing, and I thought what they were saying is that we were changing back to the old material again, but it's not. It's a different experience altogether. And that whole smush thing, you've all been in a class, I'm sure, where you stamp behind somebody else and they use the firm foam pad and they smush the ink and you're like, oh my gosh, does anybody have a pooper scooper so I can clean this stamp, please? Well, these ink pads don't do the smush thing. They're joyful to work with. They do have a little bit of give, but not like the ones, not like the ones we had. They're not like brick hard, if that makes sense. There's a little bit of give to them. I really enjoyed working with them. All right, so Leah says to color, and she's the only one, so Leah wins. All right, so I'm going to put this one to the side for a bit because this is still going to take me a little bit. This one I finished last night, and I added, of course, Wink Estella over my blended color. So let's play a little bit. So these are lens markers. And I have dark lemon lolly and light lemon lolly. I also have daffodil on the standby over there in case it's not dark enough for me. But I kind of want these to feel really bright and cheery. So I'm going to start with the dark. And I'm going to use the lines that the artist gave me to color just some darker. I mean, how dark is lemon lolly? It is the lightest yellow we have, but it's like a baby yellow, right? So you go to the dark and then you go into the dark and pull it out so that it blends together. Pretty pretty. And you do a little section at a time, because if you go in and you do the dark for the whole thing, the dark could dry and you don't want it to dry completely. You want to be able to blend it. That's the whole purpose of blends. So it's alcohol ink. It does dry kind of fast. So just do a little section at a time, smooth and go. And it's actually quite quick when you do it this way. So here we go. Oh, I think I got a leaf that's yellow there. That's all right. Leaves can be yellow, right? Oh, here, why don't we just start those while we're at it. Okay. So then you blend it out with the light one. And then you can even you get pretty solid color here now, but you do have variation in color, right? So now we'll go into, ooh, grab the wrong one, into that and pull out some highlights. Because I attached that to the black, I swear I'm pulling up black. But time to buy a new, so if you decide to purchase blends, can I just tell you, the color lifter is the keys to the city. This is the thing that will help you show the difference between the dark and the light and pull things up. So we did it over here. It's not really meant as a corrector, so to speak. Like if you go outside the lines, it's not necessarily going to help you stay inside the lines. What it does is it brings up the color a little bit, and I won't know where we are with this until it dries. So I'll give that a second and see if I should go again or if I should leave well enough alone. Same here. Okay. So here, we did that yellow. How about if we pull in a little green? And I'm going to start with dark old olive. Oh, no. I started with light old olive, so let's do the dark first. Hello. Neglected my glasses again, can I say? All right. So I started with the dark to add a dark, stark line, and now I am adding that lighter bit. And I see a few spots I missed, so I'm going to grab the light one. It could be like a highlight, but I just want to fill in any white spots. And look, I missed a little spot here, but it looks like it should be blue. So let's go there. So that center is done. What do you think? Should we color the whole thing or just one little section like a spotlight? Hi, Vicky. You blend all the colors. Okay. Love it, love it. Okay, so we'll go dark again. Actually, let's do this little corner up here. No more neglecting my glasses. I'll do the dark first. Now, there's no restriction on that either. You don't have to do the dark first. It's just the way my brain does it, I guess. You could go light and then add the dark after, but then, ooh, nice. Sometimes it does this. I'm just going to stick it back in and see. Nope, it's my blends don't like that. So I'm going to go this way and use this tip. If that ever happens to you, so you should check your blends when you get them and open both sides to make sure, because if they do that, they'll replace them. You have a 90-day guarantee on them. Just don't like get them in your bag and not check them. That was a good good reminder. Don't be like me, because I didn't check them. Too funny. But it's okay. I can still use the other side. All right. So here we go. Now let's do the dark on this one. And I want the brush tip. So people sometimes ask me why these are so hard to get the cover off. And that's because it is an alcohol-based medium. These are meant to be use and throw away. They're not like a long-term thing because like, for example, Copics, which would be our competitor, they have a refill, but by the time these run out, I kind of want a new tip anyway. You saw the tip on my color lifter. From people using it in class, it's smush. So I like having a new fresh tip, and they're much less expensive than Copics. So it's a great way to color and be able to use multicolors. You can even take, like I said, the darker yellow and mix it with the lighter yellow if you want more vibrant colors. So you can mix among the colors that are like each other. Of course, you wouldn't want to mix the yellow and the green because Stampin' Up! Doesn't make that color. It's probably somewhere in the puce family. Funny, funny. Speaking of puce, that color we liked so much. Wild wheat. Silly, silly. Hey, it's my party. I can be silly if I want to. My Stampin' birthday. I still can't believe I have a 21-year-old. Lori Longwell, leave it as is. Yes, stop. You're ruining it. Well, I'm going to do one colored, and then I'm going to do one just blue and white, I think, because I have the other one that we were playing with earlier, and I was showing the technique of that, how to make the dark and light pop and how to use the color lifter. Speaking of, see what the color lifter did? So now I can decide if I want more color, if I want to lift more, and play around with that. And I still have to do the sections at the bottom with the darker area like I did up here. So kind of cool. Speaking of talking too much, I'm going to fill this in before it dries. Almost looks like the dark one, but it's not. And see, even this tip, this nib is like, I need a new one anyway. They break down over time, especially if you use them in classes. You get a couple people that are aggressive with them, and yeah, you need a new one. That's okay though. They're not like I said, on the market, they are one of the lower expense-wise, but they work really great and they match all of our designer series papers and cardstock for an easy craft experience. I've known Leah. Leah's on here. I've known Leah since almost the beginning of my journey. And I've always loved to color. Leah was a scrapbooker when I met her. And what do you know, now this year we are bringing scrapbooking back. I'm so excited to finally have 12 by 12 albums back. That's how I started. I used to have one card club and 2 scrapbook clubs. Scrapbooking was way bigger back then for me. And my daughter Alexis was basically the poster child at AC Moore because I was in charge of doing all the displays. So when I needed a photo, I just used my own. And in Salem, New Hampshire, I used to do make and takes there. In fact, I still have the stamp, my very first. You want to see this? This is kind of cool. Let me grab it. I have the very first stamp I ever taught a class with. There were 4 women from Salem, New Hampshire in attendance. Oh my gosh. And they had the best names for some of our tools, ones I can't repeat. But they always had fun and they always made me laugh. And yeah. So Brenda, if you're watching, I hope you had a giggle over that. They had a special name for sponge daubers. Yeah. Oh my God. Always a good time. And they said, hey, AC Moore employee, have you ever heard of Stampin' Up? And I'm like, uh-huh. They're like, can you talk about it here? I'm like, uh-uh. They're like, if you sign up to be a demonstrator, we'll be your first customers. And I'm like, you would? And yeah. I went to class the next week and Brian was going to be the best man in a wedding from Michael and Lisa. And I wanted to make a special gift. So back then, oh, you all you have is the wood ones. Oh, that's cool. We were just talking about that today. You know, some people just prefer the wooden stamps. Anyway, yeah. I back then the kit was $375. Now it's $99. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you want a discount on your supplies, it's like it's silly not to get a discount if you have a big shopping list. But I picked out $375 and back then you had to have it a certain way. You could like pick out a bundle or a pack of, you know, certain colors of cardstock and you could kind of justify it that way, but they had set things that you had to buy. Now you just pick out 125 of whatever you want. So it was cool, but it was $375 and I had everything I needed to make this huge basket of cards for Mike and Lisa for their thank yous for the shower and the wedding. I included the matching pens so that Lisa could write out her thank yous and postage. So it was like a complete best man ultimate, you know, gift card package with all of her thank yous. That was quite the project. And so I came home from buying the kit that night and said, hey, honey, ready? Don't worry, I'm not going to sell anything. He was like, why not? This should be your job. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who does this for a job? What are you, crazy? Apparently he's not. And we have been blessed over the years by like vacations and we've been to places like I would never have gone. And not only did I go, but I went under Stampin' Up's umbrella with all these people that I knew. So the only thing better than getting an incentive trip and having somebody tell you just, hey, show up, this is where you go, and this is what we're doing, is having them say, and by the way, like, we've got you, we're paying the bill. This year they're doing a train ride in Alaska, an excursion, and they've rented an entire hotel the night before the incentive trip so they can make sure that everybody gets there safe and accounted for. But we also get a night together in the hotel before we leave. So people are planning excursions in Seattle and going to be quite the trip. And you get to do it beside friends. That's the best. But yeah, this is and you know, it's funny. Leah, you talk about wood. This is like, if this was in AC Moore, you can see Anita's size I made in China. Well, it feels like there is no liquid left in this wood. Our wooden blocks still don't do that. I know, Leah. Thank you so much. I really am proud. I didn't see it coming either. Like, you don't say, someday I'm going to do direct sales for my entire life. Yeah. It's gonna be a year of milestones, though. It looks like I'm on track for, $1,000,000 this year. So, watch for it later in the year. $1,000,000, that's a lot of glue. And results are not typical. I'm supposed to say that, right? Kind of like those when somebody starts selling something health related and they say, well, you could take what I'm taking, but you probably won't lose any weight. Honestly, I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do and to have so many friends hanging out with me along the road or along the path. So again, here's what they suggested I make, and here's where I'm at now. So let's grab one of these stamp sets that they gave me, huh? All right. I could do a family celebration, but they also gave me some circles, so I think I'll use what they gave me. Here, I want this one. Sending salutations. How about this one? Well, I'm in between. So I like the bright and beautiful future, but unfortunately, sending best wishes for health and healing is probably a card that I'll need more. Because it seems like everybody I know has somebody going something on in their life. They either need this card themselves or they need it for a friend. So you tell me which one, bright and beautiful or health and healing, and I'll get them both on a block. So we are getting new black ink pads. So Memento and StazOn are going away, and Stampin' Up! Is doing their own black ink pad for the first time in forever. We've always had trouble getting a black pad that is our own. This is going to be an archival ink, and it'll be here. I don't know if it's going to be here in time for the catalog launch in May, but we saw it and they said that the big thing with the new black ink is to make sure you let it dry, and then you can use it as a memento pad, and you can use it as a StazOn pad. So it works both ways because it's an archival pad. For now, I'm just going to grab my memento pad, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't have a memento pad, you might want to grab one. So I did play with the new ink pads at Onstage, and someone said, so is it exactly like Memento? It's not. This is harder than the new ink pad. The new ink pad feels like this, and you can't squish into it like you can with the firm foam. It's somewhere in between. I hope that helps. That's my best take on it. And I think we'll need more ink for it. You'll want to plan if you do decide to pick up the new ink pads. They're only going to be available in the in colors for the first year. To make sure you grab your re-inker when you buy your ink pad, and keep in mind, if you're gonna, like me, let your old ones go at the end of its lifespan or whatever, and get new ones, that you should sell your old ink pads with the re-inkers, because it'll make it much more useful for anybody picking them up. And then when you get the new ones, you'll be able to have the ink that goes with the pad, because science-wise, it's a different formula. So we've got health and healing and bright and beautiful. You know what I think? I think I need to make 2 cards. So when I do finish this one, I will do health and healing here, maybe. But now seeing that yellow, man, whew, let's finish this one. And I like this so much, but I think it needs a little something else. So 1 second, let me grab some ribbon. We have a balmy blue gingham that I think will do the trick. We also have old olive. So I used old olive in the leaves, and I used balmy blue on the background. So the balmy blue, let's take a look at both, and then you can do a vote. So so you don't have to type so much. If you want balmy blue, you can type in the letter B. And if you want Old Olive, type in the letter O. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. I have these two. What do you think? And I like this, but I kind of want to see a border, right? I think we need a punch. I'm guessing here that this is 1 3/4. And that if so this is a 2-inch punch. So I'm going to take the extra bit of black here that they gave me for the second card and punch a 2-inch circle. Just layer that up while we're waiting for you to come through. So B. So far, it's balmy blue for the win. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stick this straight on my card. And, well, no, I lied. I'm going to stick this straight on my card first. So I am doing the Z. Have you guys know this one? So I put my adhesive here, and when I see people inlay ribbon, I always got tripped up on this, but ever since I've been doing it this way, I make like a letter, Z or N. It needs more adhesive right there. There's nothing. And then just come around the corner and intentionally make a Z or an N, and then it looks right. When I first saw people doing this, you know, all those artsy, awesome people that do stuff like this, I was like, oh, it looks like they're just smushing it on. So then I would just smush it on, and then it looked like I just smushed it on. So this one looks a little bit better to me. I like it more in line. I learned something about myself this week. I am a sequential learner, that I do better if I have steps. So like people are like, just be creative and do whatever. I'm like, yes, I can be creative, but I like it sequentially better. I do better like with steps, A, B, C, D. And if you get to step F and I don't get step B, I have to start over. These things we learn about ourselves. Do we want that on a slant? No, I think I'll go more straight. Okay, so now I think we have something here. And then it came with basic white cardstock, the thin one, not the thick one. And that kind of bugs me. I prefer the thick for card bases. So I just grabbed some balmy blue off my shelf. And away we go. Because I used balmy blue markers, so we're in. Now, I think it needs something else. Let's see if there's anything in here that matches. This kind of sort of does. Let's see. It usually gives us the colors on the back, but it's not right this time. We got this one. Give me a hot minute. I'm going to look. Time to grab the butter box. Okay, so I hope that these are still current. These are cool sparkly gems that came with I think they were the ducks, but I know that they were on last chance. I don't know if they're still current. So if they're out of stock already, apologies. If you don't have these, you could use pearls and just color them with your blends, since you're already playing with blends today. All right. Where to put them? That's always the hard part, right? I've upgraded my butter box. Did you guys know? All right. Well, thank you, Lori. I'm almost done here anyway. We got just a couple little dots left and we'll be wrapping this up. So I did, when I placed these, because I get this question all the time, pick a triangle. It doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. Ooh, that's bright on camera, but it is awful pretty. Bright and beautiful future. And I will finish the health and healing one and post them both this week. So all the best to all of you. I hope you liked the Onstage Recap and all the things that we got. I have to say, moreover, the most thing I got was hugs and love and friendship and camaraderie. And it's just fun to be a part of this whole community and be able to be creative together. So thank you, everyone. Happy celebrations. Woohoo. Oh, ready? Yay for 20 years. I'm celebrating you. So thank you very much. And you can expect to see some cool things coming up. I have a lot of things rolling around in my brain that need to happen. Oh, we're going to start this week with Retreat to Go. Many of you have asked me for Retreat to Go. Oh, do you want to see the mini book? Leah would love this. We made a mini book at Retreat instead of cards, and it is outstanding. Here, I'll pan to the card for a second, and I'll grab the mini book just so I can show you. It is worth taking a minute. I'll have about 20 kits available. This comes with full measurement guide and videos that are embedded in a document. It comes pre-prepped for you. You would need the word together, and if you don't have that in a stamp, don't fret. You could just put beautiful and then whatever you have for a stamp. And you would need Blackberry Bliss ink, and that's it. So this is the original that I made. And I gave a lot of tips during the video, like at part of the retreat, you get a whole roll of tear and tape and liquid glue. And I have you use both of them because if you see this one, I only used tear and tape. On this one, I used tear and tape and liquid glue, and it didn't matter how cold it was in the retreat center. Those pockets are on there. So full video. Actually, there's 5 videos. And the videos last an hour and 10 minutes for all 5. So an hour and 10 minutes. You do the first video, which is the book base. And I show you how to add the flap pocket. And we cover the inside. And then I show you the pockets are another video. And this is the second video, is the bookmark. And there's a waterfall element. And it's all made out of past paper pumpkin chipboards. So, and you can use the backing of your designer series paper, any chipboard that you get at events, or if you have a pack of paper in your stash. So you can use all of that. So I will be releasing this retreat to go. You'll get the event bag, all the gifts that the attendees got, including a garden cookie. So yeah, it was fun. And what's nice is you get to pick your paper. So this was the original book and this is what I did for the video, but you can change out your papers. And yeah, it was a great class. You would need a few punches to complete, circle punches to complete it, but that will be listed this week. So thank you again for helping me along in this journey and for walking beside me and for crafting with me 20 years ago and for crafting with me today or whenever you decide to come in or whenever you have time. I know life is crazy out there and I sure do love getting a break with you. Thank you. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you next week.